Listen, like I said, I expected a split, right? I told you all that. Got a little greedy, fourth quarter. First of all, thought after watching the first half, I thought that we could lose by double digits. You know, we were playing so poorly. The fact that Toronto played so poorly helped us. I mean, Toronto was not great in the first half with their shot selection. They amped it up, obviously, in the fourth quarter. Turnovers, 20 for Toronto. I'm thinking with missed shot after missed shot that we had in the first half that, you know what, we're going to get our asses kicked, which I would have been pissed about. You know, at no point do you want to, in a series, do you want the other team to feel like they can have your way. They can have their way with you. So I would have been upset with a blowout. Then I got a lead. You know, I got a 5-point lead in the third. I'm headed to the fourth with a lead, something that I'm like 41-3 this season with leads going in. Of course, it was only a couple points. But the absolute horrific defensive display where no one could stop anybody on them. And obviously, we got a ton of rebounding problems. But there's no sense of talking about rebounding problems because you ain't fixing it. There's nothing you could do to fix it. Just like there's nothing you could do to fix the fact that your $98 million elite player is not ever going to be elite. Never. Even when he's good, like he was in Game 1. He made 2 of his last 10 shots in Game 1. And he was 5 for 15 in Game 2. So 7 for his last 25, if you're keeping track at home, is our elite player. Almost right around 20, 25, 27, whatever percent from the field. This is an elite point guard. And with us down 3, a couple minutes to go, what does he do better than any elite point guard that ever played the game? He gives the ball up. He is the sloppiest fourth quarter elite player I have ever witnessed in my life. When he has the ball, I am cringing. I'm either cringing for one of those brutal turnovers. Most of them are usually like he's driving to the basket, he's being guarded real well, and you know, he just throws up some kind of a crazy shot. That's not a turnover. Tries to make a pass because he's in trouble. And the guy just does not. I have no confidence whatsoever when the basketball is in his hands. Sean Livingston was off the floor for a key stretch. I have 100% confidence when Livingston has the basketball. Of course, he can't do what D-Will does. He can't create his own shot in terms of off a dribble, and you know, he certainly can back his guy down, go to the paint and score, but he's not, you know, where you can, you know, do a shake and bake, pull up for a jumper. It's not Livingston's game, but I feel so much more confident when Livingston has the basketball. 5 for 15, 3 turnovers, 5 assists. Listen, I've told you this. I've been watching this guy for over 3 years now. He is a ordinary player that's capable of being bad player. That's what really drives you crazy. Ordinary, more capable of being bad than he is great. Now, is he capable of being great? Yes. Does he have great stretches? Yes. See what I said? More capable of being bad than he is great. And that's a guy that you spent $98 million to lead your team. I will never feel confident as long as he's wearing a net uniform. The day he is gone, if it could be possible, of course, who would take him? If you're an NBA scout, I mean, why would you take Darren Williams? Why? I mean, he's soft mentally. You know, everything you read is that the guy goes into these mental comas where he doesn't have confidence. He gets down on himself. People writing about he's Darren's own worst enemy. Why would you want him? Guy's had significant injuries. Every time he turns the ball over or a shot is blocked, he's barking to the referee. Now, yeah, Lowry did foul him late in that game. I mean, smacked him across the arm. But I really believe that refs don't give him shit because he argues every time he turns the ball over. He looks at the referees. The guy is the antithesis of Derek Jeter. He is A-Rod. He looks pretty, takes the shot. I mean, how pretty was A-Rod's swing? That swing and miss when he's got, first and second, 2 outs in the postseason, right? How pretty is that swing? Darren Williams, how pretty is the shake and bake? How pretty is the crossover? The pull-up. It just doesn't go in. He's shooting, since his first quarter heroics, he's shooting about 27% from quarters number 2 from game 1 through 4 in game 2. And in the fourth quarter, down 3, he tries to force a pass into Johnson, leads to a break. Now Pierce bails him out by getting an N1 on the other way. Now Pierce was bad too. $2 for 11. It's going to happen. And once again, Pierce wasn't paid $98 million to lead a franchise. Pierce was brought here to be, the Robin, so to speak. Now he's turned out to be Batman with his game 1 heroics. And listen, he had 2 great looks. Both shots were in and out. They were both good shots. He missed them. That's basketball. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. I have no problem with either shot he took. He makes that shot in the corner, we're up 1. And I get a feeling we find a way. Although, I don't know. Why do I get that feeling? I don't know. Because we gave up 36 points in the fourth quarter. Defense is atrocious. Johnson was, again, good. Johnson's been good now for the last month. He's been more steady than any player on the court. 7 for 13. A couple of tough buckets. 3 boards. Had a pair of assists. Even blocked a shot. Livingston, once again, solid. I thought Garnett was a little more active, although he only had 4 boards. And Mirza gave us a much-needed lift. We talked about Mirza wasn't going to have another bad day shooting. Of course, Marcus Thornton, 5 minutes. You get the feeling that Marcus Thornton, if he doesn't score his first couple of shots, he doesn't score, he's not going to play because he doesn't do much else. Interesting that Blatch only played 8 minutes, and I'm a big anti-Blatch guy lately. He's been driving me crazy. But I thought his 8 minutes were effective. He scored 5 points, He had a couple of boards. He stole the ball a couple times. Interesting rotation decision by only giving him 8 minutes. And Karolinko, it was so nice to see Karolinko return to the Karolinko that we've gotten used to. 20 minutes, 2 for 3. And, does what he does. 4 steals, 3 rebounds, and assist. Active and good long hands. I'm not going crazy over the loss. I didn't expect to win 2 games on the road. You start to look at the other series, Washington, Chicago, and you go, shit. Maybe it would have been a good year to play Chicago. I mean, boy, do they look pretty offensively challenged at the end of the game, don't they? Because now you're looking at, the Wizards are looking at beating them, which they're gonna, you don't win the first 2 on the road and lose a series, although Chicago won't go down easy, as we know. But boy, does the path look nice for Washington. The schizophrenic Indiana team, if they get past Atlanta, which they should. You could be looking at the Washington Wizards in the Eastern Conference Finals. How amazing is that? And they are good. Nene makes them very good. Obviously, you got to win the 2 games here in Brooklyn. You can't split, but guess what? I actually think we will. I think we'll win Game 3, lose Game 4, and go back to Toronto in an absolute dogfight, pull out a Game 5, and then come home and win comfortably in Game 6. That's my thesis. I said it from the beginning. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we win both games in Brooklyn. I certainly believe we'll have a chance to win both games in Brooklyn. But number 8 running the show, never ever have trust and faith when he's got the ball in his hands. Just not a big time. Probably one of the worst fourth quarter premier players that I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. Especially the point guard. Guy just doesn't have the onions to make a big play when it counts in a big spot, and he's so prone to turnovers. Pretty scary. But take the split, go back. Friday night should be a big night. Let's hope the crowd is crazy. Hope we take care of business, and talk again. Leave me alone.